sports from where you live.
Welcome back to week 9 of the Friday Night Frenzy. We are done with the first half of the highlight portion of our show, so let's jump right into the second. We'll start this round of highlights off with our game of the week, and trust me, you won't want to miss this one. Let's send it over now to Sports 18's Kelly Hallinan for a look at what all went down at Lafayette Jeff.
Before today's game, Jeff head coach Pat Shanley said he wanted his team to be the spoilers and break Kokomo's 8-0 undefeated streak, and the Broncos were able to do just that. Let's check out how this week's game of the week went. Lafayette Jeff showed out for the last regular season game against undefeated Kokomo. Jeff's first drive is broken up by the Wildcats here. Keegan Name forces a fumble, and Jaquan East jumps on the ball in the end zone for the first points of the game. Broncos answer here. Ethan Smith hands it off to Glenn Patterson, who runs it in for the touchdown, and Jeff goes up 7-6. But not for long. Kokomo quarterback Evan Barker takes control here, running it into the end zone to get the lead back. 2-point conversion is good. Wildcats up 14-7. But we're going to keep trading touchdowns in this game, and it's Jeff's turn here. Ethan Smith with an arm deep to Brandon Jackson, who gets a great catch, and it's all tied up at 14. And here's when the Wildcats prove why they're 8-0. QB Evan Barker getting right through Jeff defense and scoring back-to-back touchdowns. Kokomo's able to extend their lead 30-14. But if you know anything about this Lafayette Jeff team, they never back down. Ethan Smith to Zaya Powers, who runs it in for 6. And if you liked that play, they'll do it again right here to shorten Kokomo's lead to only 4. And after some big stops on defense, only a minute to go in the game, Jeff's running backs take over. Here's Zaya Powers again, gaining major yardage for the Broncos and getting them in scoring position. Just what they needed, a Glenn Patterson run into the end zone to take the lead. And there was a flag, but the touchdown was good. Kokomo doesn't have time on their side, but they have the ball and need a big play. The Broncos defense continues their fourth quarter fire with an interception. Lafayette Jeff takes this one, a huge comeback, and hands Kokomo their first loss of the season.
We were playing for nothing but pride in our community tonight. Pride for ourselves, pride for each other, and pride for our community. They were playing for a championship, so we really had nothing on the line other than our pride. Just incredibly proud to be a Bronco, incredibly proud of our kids and their fight and their resilience.
Last play, man, I was getting excited. I knew what I had to do. I did it for the team. Got a little nervous, like, dang, bro, I got to do it again. I was getting tired, but they called it a touchdown. Teammate score.
It was a grind until the very last play. Jeff was able to get some much-needed stops in the fourth quarter against Kokomo, and they'll finish their regular season with a 32-30 win. Reporting for Game of the Week, Kelly Hallinan, Sports 18.
Thank you, Kelly, and great job as always. Over at Harrison, it was senior night for the Raiders, and they were playing host to Richmond, a team that was looking for its first win of the year. But spoiler, they wouldn't come close to getting it. That's because the Raiders defense was on fire tonight, and this play will show you exactly what I mean. Red Devils QB scrambles because Joey Johnson is relentless with pressure all night long. Now switching to offense, Harrison was just as good. Brendan Gothrup jumped on his horse here and with the help of some great blocking was able to get into the end zone with complete ease. And things just keep getting better. I mean, check out this big run right here from Caden Bigger. It's obvious Richmond doesn't know how to wrap up, but look at the way he is gashing this Red Devil defense. And apparently you can only bring this guy down if you have 3 people. And with runs like that, it's no wonder Harrison dominated this game. Final score, Raiders win 42-8 and go 7-0 in the North Central Conference. And with Kokomo losing to Jeff tonight, as Kelly Hallinan showed us, the Raiders now claim first place in the NCC Conference. And seriously, congrats to the Raiders on one heck of an ending to the regular season. Now, on to our final game of the night. And yes, you just saw her beautiful face for the very first portion of the show, but she's back in the studio right now, giving you all of the action from the game she went to tonight. Sports 18's Maddie D'Addario joins us now with a look at her very intense game. And you know what, Maddie? I'm just happy that you were able to see your favorite running back tonight before the regular season came to a close.
Yes, Bree, I did get to see my favorite running back, Peyton Cross from Sheridan, tonight as they took on the undefeated Carroll Cougars. But Cross was definitely not the only running back to light up the field this Friday night. Let me tell you, these two powerhouse teams were a great matchup for each other. Tonight, Carroll looks to protect that 8-0 record, but the Sheridan Blackhawks certainly were not going to make it easy for them. First possession of the game, Carroll at their own 10-yard line. Sheridan's defense comes in with some heat and comes up with the ball at the end of this play for a turnover. The turnover put the Blackhawks on defense just yards away from the end zone, but Carroll's defense would go all 4 downs, protecting their house and getting a huge 4th down stop. Back on offense, Carroll running back Devin Anderson would go to work. He takes the ball outside and pushes through the Sheridan defense to get a crucial 1st down for the Cougars. Now within 10 yards of the end zone, Anderson finishes the job. He takes it wide with Sheridan breathing down his neck, taking down the pylon, making it a Cougar touchdown. That touchdown would not go unanswered by Sheridan though. Check this out, Sheridan QB Caleb Alexander has some serious wheels on him. Alexander hauling it down the line, untouched and all the way to the house for a Sheridan TD. And in a nail-biter of an ending, Sheridan takes down the undefeated Cougars 19-18. And that'll do it for me. Back to you, Bree.
And just like that, the last regular season highlight has come to a close. Maddie and Kelly, you both are stars. Thank you so much for being awesome these past 9 weeks. Now, while we may be done with the highlight portion, we still have plenty more action to get into. Coming up, we'll take a look at what all is happening in high school sports and hear from head coach Jeff Fromm about tomorrow's matchup against Nebraska. Stick around, that's next after